I'm Natasha Lubchenko with your CT Style Express. Life has been brought back to the town of Windham. Over the last couple of years, the town's Economic Development Department has worked tirelessly to facilitate growth, diversification, and stability throughout the community. Joining us now is one of the people behind the mission, Windham's Director of Economic Development, Jim Bolano. Jim, thank you for being with us today.
Hi, Natasha. Thanks for having me.
It's always great to see towns grow and evolve to better serve its residents. Can you give us a little background on Windham and the journey it's been on the last 5 or 6 years?
Sure. So, we noticed, I've been on the job here about 5 years, and we noticed there was some significant growth, not only investment, people coming in from the outside buying properties, but a lot of buildings that were formerly vacant or underutilized coming back to life. And that's really kind of the cherry on the top for an economic development director when you bring old buildings back to life. And we thought we wanted to document it and tell the story. So 2 years ago, we undertook a 5-year marketing branding campaign where we can get our story out to the rest of the state and to the region.
I love that. And you mentioned part of your mission as Economic Development Director. Talk to me about the mission of the Economic Development Department as a whole.
Sure. I mean, it's multifaceted. We're in the hat I'm wearing and talking to you and doing our campaign is marketing the town to outside businesses to recruit them to come in, or for existing businesses to have them expand. But we're also concerned that the town has the proper infrastructure. If there's sewer, water, broadband, things like that. Make sure they're there to accommodate the businesses. And at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is build the tax base so the residents feel less of a burden of tax burden. When you broaden the tax base, the money gets dispersed more evenly.
Great. And you say Windham has experienced a rebirth of sorts. Can you give me some specific examples?
Sure. And just to make a quick distinction, one of our goals here is many people know Willimantic, and they talk about Willimantic. Well, Willimantic is not a city. It's a borough inside the town of Windham. So we wanted to talk about that. We wanted to keep the history of Willimantic and what it brings, but we wanted to tell the story in the context of Windham. So I can tell you about factories that had been vacant for a while, and a new manufacturer moved in there. An old Sears building that was sitting for a while was purchased by a roofing contractor. A really old shopping center that looked horrible for many years in the center of Main Street has now been brought back to life. It's now a Planet Fitness center as an anchor. And then a lot of little stories. People coming in, purchasing buildings, renovating them, investment from a lot of national chains that have come into the town that were never there before. And we're talking about millions of dollars of investment. People see it as an opportunity. They're buying. In some cases, they're building ground up, and they're spending millions of dollars to be here.
That really is amazing. And after putting in so much work and passion into the town, how does it feel to see this type of growth?
It really is a good feeling. As I mentioned before, the idea of a vacant building coming back online after a number of years is huge. And the town has also stepped up. We're doing a lot of public improvements too. We're in the middle of a new community and senior center we're building. We're renovating the high school. We've done a lot of work around town. We'll talk about a parking garage that's going up downtown. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, so the town has stepped up to match the private growth with public investment.
That's great. And now, of course, I got to ask, what is that? This is all going on right now, has been going on for the past couple of years. What is next for Windham? Is there anything in the works that we can get excited about?
Sure, a couple things. Number one, there's a big mixed-use development coming to our downtown on Main Street in Willimantic. That's going to be apartments and student housing. But the main thing is on October 3rd, which we talked about, we're doing a groundbreaking for our intermodal transportation center. The state gave us some money. The town is investing $6 million, and we're putting up a 250-space parking garage, which will also have bus service.
Great. And for people, you say the people in Windham see this change, but for people outside, what would you say to draw them to come give and check Windham out?
Well, that was the purpose of a marketing campaign. We ran a number of commercials, TV ads, to highlight what we think are the strengths, and that's restaurants and the arts. It's the trails. The airline trail goes through here. It's golf. It's shopping on the downtown. And we wanted to tell that story to the state. So we ran, and we're in the middle of it, a large marketing campaign with TV commercials to say, come to Windham. The ad is really, why Windham? Come find out why.
I love that. And for people who want to learn more, where can they go to do that?
Sure, they can go to Windham.com, and they can also go to our Facebook page, Windham CT Economic Development at Facebook. And we're doing a real push on social media to get the word out there.
All right, great work that you're doing, Jim. Thank you so much for shedding some light on all that Windham has to offer. And again, to learn more, we've got that Facebook page listed below. Have a great day.
Thanks, Natasha. Appreciate it.